One of the oldest productivity tactics is eat that frog. It was originally from Mark Twain, I believe, where he talked about how in the morning you should do the hardest thing first, so that it's like eating a frog. Everything after that will feel easier. And there's some talk in the ND community about how that advice isn't really appropriate for people with ADHD, for example, that we thrive much more on the momentum method, where maybe we start with some easy tasks first, and then it sort of warms up the executive function and it's easier to roll into a bigger task. I feel like it could actually be the same thing, that we can still start with a really difficult task, but maybe doing it in a way where instead of doing a huge imposing task without any kind of plan, I think the best way for me personally is to work on that hard task, but don't try and work on it right away. Instead, begin by breaking the task down into subtasks. So I'll spend 5 minutes with a piece of paper and I'm going to brainstorm what are the first couple of things that I'm going to do, and break them down into really easy bite-sized things, like open my word processing application. That's an easy task that requires very little effort. And then start brainstorming some dot points for the report that I'm going to write, which again is relatively easy. But if the task is to write a report, that feels impossible because I don't even know where to start. So doing it in that way, I think you get the best of both worlds. If I can figure out how to actually get started with that big task and do it in bite-sized chunks, then I can use the momentum method to my advantage, because I often find that once I do get started, once I spend a couple of minutes and I've started to get on a roll, then it's easy to continue. Then I get into hyperfocus. It's just the task initiation side of it which is challenging. But if I have turned it from a big unknown ball of muck into a very clear road that I have to follow, then there's no problem with that. I can eat that frog, and it's no longer a frog. It's more like a delicious scrambled egg that I can eat first thing in the morning, which I'll enjoy doing, and it's going to set me up to do other hard things for the rest of the day.